Hello everyone, I'm Sophie Hall and we're going to be doing some very infamous Am I the Asshole stories. Ready? Let's go. Alright, here we have another Am I the Asshole? And this one is, am I the asshole for refusing to let my conservative parents babysit because they told my son Santa Claus is woke? I, 34 female, have always had a strained relationship with my parents. They're very conservative and I lean more progressive. But we try to keep things civil for the sake of the family gatherings and my 6-year-old son, Ben. However, this latest incident has completely crossed the line and now I'm being accused of being too sensitive and anti-family. Last week, my husband, 35 male, and I had a work event, so I asked my parents to babysit Ben. We don't ask them often because they've made questionable comments in the past, but they begged to spend time with their grandson, so I decided to give them another chance. When we got home, Ben was upset and wouldn't stop crying. After some coaxing, he told me that my parents had told him Santa Claus isn't real. What? That is a 6-year-old baby. Why would you say that to him? And they said he's not real because Santa has gone woke. Okay. When I asked what that meant, they explained that woke culture was ruining everything. And now Santa is more focused on being politically correct than rewarding good kids. Apparently, they had shown Ben a YouTube video about cancel culture and claimed Santa was now prioritizing kids who were different over traditional values. I was livid. Ben is only 6. He doesn't need to be dragged into their bizarre political commentary, especially about something as innocent as Santa Claus. I told my parents they had no right to say anything like that to my son and that they clearly can't be trusted to babysit him anymore. They accused me of overreacting, say it's just my fault for sheltering him, and that they were just trying to teach him the truth about the world. My mom cried and said I was keeping her from her grandson, while my dad called me brainwashed liberal who can't handle different opinions. Now my extended family is weighing in. My sister thinks I'm being unfair to our parents, while my brother says I should have cut them off a long time ago. Sounds like your brother has some sense. My husband supports me, but thinks maybe we could have had a calmer conversation before banning them from babysitting. So, am I the asshole for refusing to let them babysit after what they told my son? This is a good one. Okay. So, first of all, I actually don't like Christmas. I just don't enjoy it. I don't have like fond memories from when I was younger. However, the only thing that brings me the Christmas spirit and joy is seeing my children's faces light up. Now my youngest, he's 11, he'll be 12 in January. He's a big boy. He still believes in Santa. And I'm not going to tell him that Santa's not real until he asks me when he's much older. The fact that he still believes makes me so happy that he still has that innocence. And it makes it so fun for me. I get to do the elf on the shelf and do all these funny things. Like the elf has, gotten into the toilet paper and it's made, the tissue hang from the chandelier. Fun things, and it's exciting. And that little boy is only 6. He's only been on this earth for 6 years. And for you to crush his spirit like that, that's so ugly. Like, you need to keep political views out of children's lives, and especially when it's not your child. They should have discussed that conversation with you, because you're the one that says whether or not Santa's real or a thing, or what religion or what traditions you have, what you partake in. So I would have been pissed. I'd have been like, why your grandparents are saying that? Is because they want all the presents. They know that children that don't believe don't get gifts, and they want to get all the gifts that you'd be getting. That's what I would say. And then I would even have Santa write a letter, an emergency letter before Christmas saying, I heard that they were trying to tell you not to believe in Santa, but don't worry, I know that you do, and I'll be there. Write your list for me, So long story short, no, you are not the asshole. Fuck them. I would give your parents a left hook or right hook. Don't tell my baby that Santa's not real. But no, you're not the asshole. I ordered $500 worth of Amazon brand diapers, wipes, etc. for the families in my hometown who lost their homes during Hurricane Helene. It was such a hectic time that Amazon drivers were just dropping boxes and not saying that they were delivered. I never requested a refund for this, but this morning Amazon sent me a bunch of refunds due to a package maybe lost. People are still in dire need and consider just reordering them new supplies with the refund. But am I the asshole if I don't reach out to Amazon and tell them that I did receive the supplies? Girl, they are a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Do you think they're gonna miss your $500? No, and they have insurance for that. They get the deductions on their taxes for things like that. You're actually helping them save money, if anything. No. And the fact that this is $500 worth of your own money that you had invested to help others, to me, that's a blessing from God. God is like, thank you. Here's a refund so you can buy more, just like you thought to do. You didn't even think, oh, thank God I got my money back. You're thinking, oh, let me buy more supplies to help more people. To me, that's God saying, thank you. Here. Thank you for helping. Let me help you even more. Because now you got $1,000 worth of supplies if you go spend that money again, you know? So no, I don't think you're an asshole at all. I think it's beautiful that you want to help people. Here's another am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for purposely sleeping with someone to completely end a 14-year relationship? I, a 32 female, was with my high school sweetheart, a 32 male, for 14 years. He broke up with me the day before my birthday and 3 days before the anniversary of my mom's death. Wow, he sounds like an asshole. He felt like our life together had become very stagnant and he wanted more out of life. Also, he was having a flirtation with a married older woman at work. After the initial breakup, we kind of talked about it possibly being more like a break, and in 6 months we could possibly be getting back together. First of all, when there's a break, no, there is no such thing as a break. It's a breakup. If you're going to be dealing with our people, that's no such thing as a break. Anyways, we would come back in 6 months and we could possibly see about getting back together. He said he realized how terrible of a boyfriend he had been and he wanted the time away to become someone who I deserve. No, girl, he just wants some new vagina. This was the end of June. I gave him until July to find a place to move out, since we shared everything at this point. I mean, 14 years is a long time. We needed to really detach everything so we could spend most of July working out how the split would go. Well, that all ended on a very drunken night when he got violent. I didn't press charges because I know he was blackout drunk, but did file a police report, stayed with family while he moved out, and told him we'd have to split up everything via text/email. He says that he doesn't remember being violent and it wasn't actually him who did everything to me, and that he should still be able to prove he is the best man he can be for me. He said that it is a special thing that he is the only person I've had sexual relationships with, and that I should wait to be with anyone else for that 6 months, like our original discussion. Sounds like he thinks you're his property. He told me that if I were to be with other people, I'd be tainted. See, it's not even about you, it's about him, his ego. And he could never get back together with me. I immediately slept with someone else. Girl, good for you. I feel like he's very manipulative and thought maybe he could get me back. He says I ruined everything. He was going to stay the love of my life, was even going to do everything right the next time, and was even going to ask me to marry him. I don't think he deserves any more of my time, but did I go the wrong way with hooking up with someone else? I put this in the comments because I didn't know what was supposed to be an update. I've actually never been on Reddit, but I love these stories. Been reading on videos because it always seems like the person gets good feedback and I need that in my life. I didn't expect this much feedback, but I really appreciate it. So here's a couple things. 1, me and my ex grew up in a very religious place that we disagreed with, as well as we went through immigration stuff where people pushed us towards marriage. So we actually never wanted to get married. I actually still don't think marriage is in the cards for me. He decided a couple years ago it would look more serious and play around and get married, but I've honestly never been interested in it. and obviously committed to him. This is a lot to read. I was obviously committed to him since I was only with him my entire adult life and assumed he was the same. I kind of think marriage is an outdated religious institution held on by a piece of paper with tax breaks that would have helped me. The guy I hooked up with was a sweet guy who was always kind of like, if your man ever messes up and gives you up. So I knew if he knew I was single and I made a move, he'd take me up on it. And we've since become kind of friends with benefits because we're both not wanting to jump into anything else, as he also got out of a bad relationship. I've blocked and cut ties with my ex. This question has just been bothering me since I've been coming up on the 6-month mark. He wanted to rekindle things in December. I've never thought of myself as a hookup or friends with benefits type of person, so I actually surprised myself by being so bold. I feel like I couldn't lie well enough if I actually didn't hook up with someone, since I've been so inexperienced to pretend to be with someone. And then 5, I don't regret it. I just worry that by trying to take back control over my life, things are going to get out of control. So I never see sleeping with someone else as a reason to hurt someone or to end things, but it seems like you felt like you had no way out of this manipulative situation. Also, if you've only ever been with him and this new person is the second person you've been with, and you're surprised that you would be a friends with benefits type of person, it might get to the point where, since you're so used to a relationship thing, that you might miss a relationship, because situationships, someone always ends up falling for the other person. But if that was the only way out for you, that's the only way you could think of getting out of this relationship, I would have just like not let him come back. You know, he's already left and was supposed to come back in 6 months. I would just like, you're not coming back. You want to act crazy? You could even get a restraining order if you wanted to, if he came back acting crazy. I wouldn't have gone as far as sleeping with someone else, but I don't think you're that asshole if that's the only option you thought you had. So no, I don't think you're an asshole. He's an asshole. And I hope that that new sausage that you got is way better than the previous sausage that you had. So these were my top 5 Am I the Asshole stories. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know if you like me doing these kind of stories, so that way I will continue to make them for you. Also, if you have your own Am I the Asshole story, please put it in the comments and I will give you my very own customized response, okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.